Parak Beis, Chapter 2, Mishnah Gimel, Mishnah 3. Machnis Adam Peirei Sab Me'aganovim. A person can bring in his produce, his fruits, because of thieves. V'shayla Peshtonim in Hamishra. And he can take out his flax that's soaking from the soaking pond. B'shvil Shalei Toivat, so that it will not get lost. So here we have another example of something that essentially does not fall under the category of malacha, of the prohibited activity for Shabbos and Yontif. There's no prohibition, there's no malacha, there's no specific forbidden activity done when you bring your fruits in from the field. The problem is, though, that there's a lot of effort involved. There's terech involved, there's effort involved. And therefore the halacha is on Chol Hamoed, you just can't go bringing in your fruits from the field, because there's a lot of work involved, and that takes away from the spirit of Chol Hamoed. However, as we mentioned before many times, if it's davar ha'avud, if it's in order to prevent the loss, then we allow you to do that. And therefore the Mishnah says, if you have your fruits out in the field and you're afraid they're going to get stolen, so then we say that on Chol Hamoed, you can bring them in. Just to bring, like I said before, just to bring them in because you want them in, you can't do on Chol Hamoed. But if you're doing it to prevent loss because you're afraid it's going to get stolen, then you may. The other example is, you have your flax. Your flax is soaking. In order to separate the fibers of the flax from its woody tissue, the flax is soaked in water. If it is not removed from the water in time, it becomes spoiled. So you leave it in there too long to soak, it's going to get spoiled. So therefore, again, if you just wanted to bring it in because you just felt like bringing it in, or it was just time to bring it in, that would also be considered effort, tircha. You can't do it on Chol Hamoed. But if the point is to prevent it from being lost because it's been in there too long already, then already you're allowed to do it. And here is a very important condition for this, as we mentioned previously. As long as you do not schedule your work for Chol Hamoed. Meaning, if you could have done it before Chol Hamoed, but you say, hey, on Chol Hamoed I can do things to prevent loss. So I'll wait for Chol Hamoed to do it because I'm not working that much anyway in Chol Hamoed. So it works for my schedule. You're not allowed to schedule it. You're not allowed to intend to do it purposely on Chol Hamoed. Now listen to this. V'chulan im kivnu malachtim b'moed, and in all cases where people deliberately intended to do the work on Chol Hamoed, meaning you waited for Chol Hamoed to do it, you could have done it before, and deliberately waited for Chol Hamoed to do it, yoivedu, those things that were worked on should be forfeited. That means the sages penalize this person that if this is what he did, he actually deliberately scheduled work for Chol Hamoed, that which he worked on becomes ownerless, and anybody who wants it could come and take it. It becomes hefker. Beis Din renders it ownerless, and anybody else can come and take it. That is the penalty that the sages put upon a person in deliberately scheduling his work for Chol Hamoed. Now, on the bottom here they bring, this penalty is applied only to someone who deliberately scheduled his work for Chol Hamoed. However, if he simply forgot to perform his work before Yom Tif, then he's not penalized. So we're talking about here someone who deliberately planned to do his malacha on Chol Hamoed. That is when the sages say what he worked on it should be forfeited. Have a wonderful day.
We're not finished yet.